Hello ladies and gentlemen, for those of you who don't know me, my name is Johnny and welcome back everybody to another episode of Planet Zoo Franchise Mode. We are back once again in the Swine Center. Before we get into anything, we do have a couple of animals who were named. If I can find them, we had a couple of pig names that you guys wanted to use. Ham Solo, of course, very awesome name. And then we also had Miss Piggy, which, you know, is a pretty fun name as well. But yeah, welcome back. If you guys missed the last episode, we built all this. That's what we did. And obviously you guys can probably tell it's a little bit different from where we left off. It's not all exactly the same, and wow, I am kind of stuck right now. There we go. Nope, that's not where I wanted to go. I wanted to go this way. Here we are. And yeah. So we built this little building over here, this staff building I suppose you could call it, and we built for the swine center, and we built this little park right here. Yeah, very cool and interesting things. But obviously in today's episode we're going to be building some new stuff, and part of me was thinking that we should probably stick to the swine theme, but then I had a pretty fun idea, and I think we're going to go with this idea instead. Okay, I'm trying not to repeat myself, but instead of what we were doing, or we're going to do, I was going to do one for the boar, but instead, I think we are going to go all the way up here, and we're going to build for the African spurred tortoise today. I know, really interesting. A really interesting animal to build for. We're going to go ahead and just grab a couple of young guns over here. We'll grab this one. And we'll grab this one. And we're going to check the Zoopedia just in case. Now 1 to 8 is fine. Okay, so we'll just start with 2 for now. And we're going to build it over here, this nice little spot right here. Obviously, you guys can see I added some hard shelter on to where, you know, this entrance building is. So, you know, we have some interesting thing to kind of go off of. And actually, let's just kind of go ahead and get started on a barrier while I kind of talk you through my thought process here. So what I was thinking was, well, first of all, I always liked this area. I always really liked this area for sure. But I kind of didn't realize how much I liked it until I saw, I'll show you the view in a second here, after I'm done just placing little bits and pieces in here. Here we go. Okay. And then we'll do like we'll just do a null barrier that goes across this. Just something that kind of hugs around this rock. Something like so. And we are just going to go like that. So yeah, originally I liked this area. I thought this looked really cool and it'd be really fun to have some kind of small animal. And after lots of looking through things and seeing what I wanted to do, just doing like a fun little spurred tortoise thing just seemed interesting to me. I don't know why, but like just like a nice little spurred tortoise deal here just seems kind of cool. And these guys, that's funny. They can work with the Dama Gazelle. Interesting. But yeah, I thought the spurred tortoise would be fun. We could always change things around later on and build a new tortoise thing and put something a little bit more interesting over here. But for now, I kind of like the idea of the spurred tortoise, so that's what we're going to do. Now, what I am going to do is we're going to go back into edit mode. And we are going to kind of go around like this. We are going to make these. Can I not make this chain link? We have to go one at a time. It's this one right here that doesn't work. Is it just a little too close? Chain link. Can this be? This can be made chain link. This cannot. Why? If I move it way over here. There you go. Now let's see how close we can get. That's as close as we're getting. Okay, then we can just cut it off like this. That's perfectly fine by me. Just make it a little smaller for now. And then we are going to go back here. And we'll just go around this rock, I think. Yeah. And chain link. And then we are going to... I want to just... right there, and then we'll do chain link right here as well. But here we're going to keep this null barrier, and actually I kind of want to change my mind here and make all of this null. So what we're going to do is I'm going to kind of base this a little off of what the tortoise enclosure at the zoo that I've, you know, had experience with. We're going to kind of base it off of that. And what they did, and maybe not all of you guys will like this one, but they literally just use planks like this. Just planks. Nothing too crazy. Just a little wooden plank. And say what you will. Say what you will about it. But I will tell you what, it did wonders for the viewing. It was super easy to view them. So we are going to go ahead and Control X. And we are just going to place... like so. And then obviously we got to go X. And then put that sucker in just a little bit more. And we are going through a day cycle. Okay, we got to go different sizes here. That's the one thing that's going to be a little tricky. Yes, these. We can go a little longer than that one. And then obviously I can kind of change this up when I am done here. But we are gonna go just like this. Like so. And nope. Barriers. We're gonna go like that. Look at that. Just, you barely will even be able to tell that there's something there. Not to say that I'm going to make it that way, because we are going to go to props, go to fences, and we're going to get this ocean driftwood that I have been doing some research with off camera. And we are just going to go right ahead and just start filling this up like so. To give just kind of a barrier between the guests and this habitat, which I'm not necessarily too worried about anything specifically. Do I have position snap off? I do. We're just gonna go like this into this bush. This bush will be moved over just slightly. This will be moved up just slightly. And there you go, that's what we're looking for. Just something like this. And then we want driftwood fence post right there. This. I want to move it just a little back, like so. Now, blueprints. I want to show you some blueprints that I have been grabbing that I have been a fan of. Obviously, we don't have them unlocked yet, but I got these education board sets because I just felt like getting some cool little education board sets and trying to figure some stuff out. And then we got these education stands as well. Just some cool little things to show you guys. But obviously we're not too worried about that right now. So, the spurred tortoise. We can go ahead and send these guys. Did I already send them into the thing? Okay, yeah, I did. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and wait for them to be here. Okay, they are here. So first thing we're going to do, make sure these guys can't leave. They can. Okay. They say that these boards are just a little too small, which is fine. I was prepared for this. And all we are going to do is go Control X and just make it a little taller. Like so. And now they can't get over it. There you go. And they've got all this room to play around. They can climb up on this rock, which is really fun. They can climb up on this rock, which is fun as well. They aren't a fan of everything that's in here, but they're going to get over it. It's not that big a deal. We are going to filter item by habitat species. They actually use an animal burrow, which is really interesting. I didn't think they would use that. Where could I put this? Oh, was there a spot over here? Yeah, in this rock. I actually like that. I like that a lot. We're gonna go ahead and put this burrow in that rock right there. That looks sweet. That looks sweet. I like that. A little medium food trough. We're gonna go ahead and put that as close as I can. We'll put it over here. And then we're just gonna throw little bits of bedding over here. Obviously, we're gonna get them some enrichment, like this melon feeder. And then we are going to get them this toy enrichment, as in this herb scent marker. And we'll put it like right here next to the cactus. And then there's also this fruit spike tree that I wouldn't mind kind of putting somewhere. We'll put it over here. And I think we're going to actually move this. Can I move this watermelon? I can, okay. And we're just going to go ahead and move it into here. That'll work. And then... any more toys, or is it just the herb scent marker? There is a sprinkler. I don't want to use that. How are you guys feeling? You are very happy right now. You just wish you had a little bit of short grass is all. Which is fine, because I can work on kind of getting something like that going through this back area. Something like this. And then we're just going to go ahead and kind of heavy soil. And we're going to go back to sand, coming over this way. And they're just going to kind of have like a little yard. And then we got a little African spurred tortoise talk, which is very cool. So space-wise, they say this is just enough space for you, which is cool. Very good. And yeah, that was a pretty simple build. What do you guys think? What do we think? I think it went pretty snazzy. And that only took how much? 12 minutes of time. Not too bad. Don't worry, we'll get onto something else today too. We're not going to leave it at just that. And maybe we'll even do a little bit of decorating into here, which I kind of like the idea of. Let's go biome, desert, continent. We'll go North America. Let's check out the gardening section. There's nothing gardening wise. So what could I do with the... What could I do? I don't have the greatest of options. These baby cactuses are my best options right now. So we'll go ahead and put some baby cactuses like so. Just kind of get like a little scattered bit right there. And then these bushes. Could I put a bush right there and it not really bother anybody? Hopefully none of you guys care too much for that bush. Or not care too much, but don't care that that bush is kind of there. We'll put this cactus here. And for now, that's all we're going to do, because I'm not a big fan of any of these other things. Yeah, we can put like a little saltwort type thing right there. And then what we'll do is facilities. And we'll grab this education board. Just kind of do that so it's not trying to position snap to everything in the world. And we will put one right there. And this will be all about our little friend, the African spurred tortoise. Very cool. I thoroughly enjoyed building this tiny little build that we did. And actually what I can do is take this, or I can't. We're going to open this up just a bit. Can I not open this up more? Hold on. What if I just kind of pull this all towards here? There we go. And then I can do this. There you go. Oh, that's a little too far. There you go. Now it just meets right up there. And it even gives these guys just a little bit more room. Not very much, but a little bit. These guys will possibly need more room later down the line. And maybe we'll even do something like Try to give them a little bit more room by doing that. I don't know. They're gonna need more room eventually down the line, but for now, this is perfectly fine with me. Look at, he's climbing up the rock. Having a good grand old time. Did that give you any more? Yeah, I gave you like 5 square feet, which is something that'll work, I guess. Pretty cool, pretty cool. And what I'm actually gonna do to give them just a little bit more space is move these rocks more into the water, and that should give you a ton more space. Yeah, which it did. Like 50 square feet. That's good. That's what we like to see. Okay, what do you guys think? What do you think of our little spurred tortoise build here? I don't... Let me check. But I don't think I have any, because I assume the spurred tortoise would be like for a sign, I'd have to research something. Or maybe I don't. Construction. We're just gonna look up spurred. Aha, we are able to just place a little thing right there, which we will. Just adds a little bit more to our build. And what I'm gonna do, we're gonna do some little spurred tortoise statues here. Head into nature. And I should be able to get some kind of tree. What do we think? This man's at a bush. Actually, we're gonna move these. We're gonna move these and kind of get them out of the way. And, Joshua trees. We've been using a lot of Joshua trees. We'll use something different. This palm? Yeah, we can do something like that. Just a little palm, these little guys. And then we'll get like, No, we just want something small. Something small, like that. There you go. Pretty cool. Obviously, as you guys can tell, we're not done just yet. We are going to have the wild boars come on in and give us a fun little time. This is way too big. Yeah, that's all I wanted. Okay. But yes, we are going to add the wild boars. I gave them like a little dip because I just felt like that was probably going to be a good idea. And we are going to go ahead and add this. No path to destination because I didn't add one yet. Well, that would be important, wouldn't it? We don't need 26. We'll go like 13. There you go. Just something like that. And then animal trading. Boars. Here we go. And then what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna make this go just that high. And there you go. So let's wait for these guys to come on in here. They are gonna need a shelter, but I kinda know what I wanna do. I wanna build like an umbrella instead. Okay. Boars. How are we feeling about this terrain? So much long grass and not enough soil. That is the wrong thing. Paint. Heavy soil. And just kind of soil all this up. Yeah, this'll do. And then roof. Actually, no, props. Not decals. Theme props. Anything that catches my eye? Not really. No. Nothing really that I'm a big fan of here. So, roof. Let's see, what do we got? Like this? This is really small, that's my only thing. Yeah, that's tiny. What does this look like? Well, that's not even... It's not even doing anything right. Okay, hold on. Nope, this ain't gonna work either. Okay, maybe we went a little too tall on this. Let's bring it down like that. And I didn't necessarily mind that clay top. But I'm hoping if I can maybe get something a little bigger. Oh, here we go. This is something I can do. Perfect. And then we just go ahead and raise that up here to the very top. Like so. And now they got their little shade. Cool. I mean, it's something. This is probably one of my more quick and somewhat lazy builds. I'm not gonna lie to you. At least that's the way it's looking right now. It could pretty itself out in a little. But we're just trying to get something going here. Now we do want a water trough somewhere in here. I would hope. We'll go right there. And then I'll probably do some rock work in here later on to make things just look a little bit different. And then for food, we can do a small little thing for food. There we go. What do we think? Does it look terrible? Kind of, not really. We haven't even added plants yet though, so we'll figure it out. Okay, now nature. We need like a bush. Okay, alright. We'll go Africa. Get rid of North America, just focus Africa. Dragon's blood tree. That's pretty cool looking, I think. We do have some palms here that I'm not really a big fan of. These quiver trees are kind of cool. We'll get like one here. One little sapling, one here. We'll get like this big cedar bush here. It's not blocking the thing, is it? No, we're good. And then, you know, just trying to get a little bit of foliage around here. Just trying to make this look a little decorated, even though it's pretty much all sand. And then we'll do like a little bush in there. Just trying to fill in these little cracks and whatnot. We'll do like this massive bush kind of growing through the fence over here. This isn't affecting your space too much, is it? No, not really. Okay. And then we do have a lot of this. It's like dry grass. And I'll try to just kind of get it placed around over here. Just to try to, I don't know, separate some things. Like so. I hope you guys don't mind the style in which I'm doing these videos, because I'm doing it not a lot different because I've done this in the past. But I'm not doing, like, I used to do mainly speed builds, but you guys didn't really seem very interested in the speed builds. You guys seemed a lot more interested when you got to see my thought process and all this cool stuff. If you want to call it cool. I don't know. You don't have to if you don't want to. You can put a little bit of flowers here just to try to liven the place up. Yeah, it's not too shabby. Not too shabby at all. And then, of course, like I said, we are going to get some rock work. And we're just going to try to... what's the right rock to use for this? No... Yeah, I guess that'll do. Because we're just trying to kind of get just a little bit of rocks going through here to just kind of get kind of a sense of what we're doing here. Then we'll go... No, not like that. We want to create almost a, like a way around that one. And we're just trying to kind of fill in some gaps here. We'll kind of go ahead and do something like this. And then like this. Just trying to get these rocks looking decent so it doesn't look all stupid, you know, because it could look real dumb real quick if we don't play our cards right here. I don't know if you guys necessarily agree with that, but it definitely can look really dumb really quick here. And we want to just go kind of around like so. Hopefully, I'm scared that this is boring you guys to like death. And let me know if it isn't, because yeah, I'm a little scared that you guys are getting really bored of just seeing these same things. And I'm really trying to figure out more stuff to do on the channel, because I know I have a very strict criteria on some things. And this might be like better to do like a whole discussion video about, but I actually do want to hear from you guys at some point what you do think about a lot of stuff going on with the channel, because we are growing pretty steadily and I'm very appreciative of that, but it's hard to seem that like this isn't like stuff that's been, you know, you guys have seen me do a lot of this stuff a million times. We've had a million Planet Zoo series and all these things, you know, so I don't want to like ruin the experience. But yeah, there we go. Look at that. Our wild boars are now here. Very cool. So, I don't know. What do we think about this? I don't know how much of a fan I am of it. And I really want to do like long grass going through like this area. And like I can change things later on. Like I like the long grass. I want to keep the long grass. We need to shorten it around there. But I want to keep the long grass around the perimeter. And then we can possibly go short grass like up through here. And just try to, you know, kind of paint some short grass through here. Didn't realize the boars could go all the way up there. That's pretty crazy. But yeah, and then, whoops, we want to go back to sand and just kind of chip at this stuff that's growing outward. Something like this. And we had a boar escape. How did that happen? I will just emergency capture because we have leftover money to do so. Where did you get out? You didn't really, you just kind of glitched out. Okay. So, the way I'm going to fix that is just by making this a little taller. We're just going to go slightly taller. And that's all we're going to do. Hopefully that keeps him from escaping. And it looks like it will. Wow, this video is going on pretty long for right now, which I'm not necessarily caring too much. It's pretty fine by me. But yeah, I don't know, just something I'm thinking about out loud. And then for education, we will do wild boar. And we are still trying to keep the swine center theme going. We just now have tortoises as well. There we go. Wild boar stuff to look at. And I'm sure you guys want me to put another barrier around here, which we will do. Let's see what we can use. We've used the Oceania one. Do we keep the theme going? I think we'll keep the theme going. Whoops, nope, we want this. Right here. And I've got to come back through with some terrain. And make sure I paint short grass underneath where all this path has just got a bunch of grass sticking out of it. That looks a little goofy. Perfect. Now we have a little bit of a thing dividing up. And now all we need to do now, shorten the grass here. Nice. What do we think? What do we think? I think we need a plant right here. I think a plant over there would kind of tie things together. This little frankincense tree that's not going to take up a whole lot of space. That'll do. And then we'll throw like a... not this. No, we've used these bushes. Let's use something else. There is nothing else. There's a dried version. We'll use that. We'll use that. Sure, why not? We'll just kind of patch it like that. And then where's the dry grass? We're actually going to play around with this dry grass a little bit more. And I know this is kind of another thing that I've been thinking of as well. While I'm placing this, I might as well say it. You guys have been talking about how... or not talking about... you guys have been talking about this. I don't know why I said it like that. But I'm sure it's been thought my building style has really changed from... like... I used to have a very strict realism building style, But I realized that I wasn't really treating this like a video game, and it was kind of getting in the way of like how fun the series could get. You know, doing some different things here and there. So I decided to try to come back and kind of take a new perspective and treat this more so kind of like a video game and not so much like I'm actually building a real life zoo and stuff like that, because obviously, I don't know, this is sounding really bad. I don't know if I'm phrasing this the way I want to phrase it. But a lot of the times when I have been doing builds, I was so focused on hyper-realism and stuff like that that I kind of got away from building stuff that actually looked aesthetically fun. And I was getting I was doing really awesome in some ways. Like the last modded zoo we did, I had a blast building that zoo, by the way. And the only reason I stopped was just because it seemed like the modded stuff you guys were getting a little sick of. And it seems like I'm getting more of you guys discovering the channel when I don't do modded stuff. So I decided to take a step back from the modding for a minute to try and just see if I can get some more of you guys coming over here. So yeah, for those of you who are wondering why I'm not doing the modded zoo at the moment, that is why. Just in case you were wondering. Doesn't mean I'm never going to do it again. Just means, you know, I'm focusing on other things right now. So, yeah. Okay. That doesn't look terrible. It looks a little better. It looks quite a bit better. We want to check with you here. So they can just roam this part, which sucks, whatever. I don't care. Not a big deal to me. Best thing I could probably do is do like a cladding rock, like right along here to try and stop them, but I don't even think that would do it. And then obviously doing another cladding rock like this. Whoops. And if this does stop them, I'll actually be somewhat impressed by it. And it doesn't, obviously. So what I'm going to do is just kind of get rid of that last rock, but this one can stay because it's kind of neat. Yeah, we wanted this rock and just kind of blend that together. Yeah, they can roam around the top part. That's cool. They're not probably going to stick around the top part for forever. They're probably going to try to just chill wherever they're at. And then something I wanted to do as well is I almost always forget to do this. A bunch of infertile pigs is what I have right now. But I always try to upgrade, or I have never really tried to upgrade, while I was actually quite the opposite. I always forget to upgrade the food qualities, and that kind of gets in the way of things sometimes. So we're gonna do that now. High workload, we'll get another keeper. Just for funsies, we'll get another one, just to help out. So what do we think of this build? Do we like it? Do we not like it? I think we're gonna make this just slightly taller, and that would kind of help me feel a little bit better aesthetically. And for the color of this, we're gonna go orange. Oh, that looks so much better. I actually can't believe how much that changed my opinion on this. And then we're gonna change the color on this as well. We're gonna go orange. And let's go with like a brown. Oh wait, reset. No, this like a orange. And then this like a... What's going on? Can I only change one color? Okay. Then we'll do this. We'll do these colors. I wanted to do green, but I guess I can't change the color of it. Whatever. Can I change the color of this box? That would be crazy. But no, I can't. Alrighty. We have mechanic research done. What have I been researching? Barriers? What barriers do we have? Chain steel and gabion. I'm gonna set you to probably start learning the North Africa theme, possibly. Hold on. Yeah, for now I think I'm gonna put you on North Africa. So, for the swine center part of all this, we still have some more swines to do, because we still have the warthog, the peccary, and the Babirusa, Red River hogs. Do we want to build for all these hogs? Maybe we'll build for all of them. Maybe we won't. But it's still pretty fun. Maybe we'll at least build for like warthogs. At the very least, just to kind of have something interesting. And look at these guys. They're just hopping up on the rocks. Yeah. I'm not entirely sure what I want to do going throughout here now. I'm not sure what my next idea is going to be. I was thinking maybe an exhibit center over here would be kind of fun. Actually, I kind of have an idea of what I want to do now. I'm not going to say what it is just yet, but I have an idea. But we are going to put this, like, about as close as I can get here. Okay, so, one more look. We have our little African spurred tortoise, and I never understood why the ground looks like this in Planet Zoo. I just don't get it. But, okay, we have our African spurred tortoise. We have these guys you can name. And obviously, as you guys can see, I actually do take your suggestions. So, yeah, let's be sure to leave some cool little name suggestions. So, yeah, we have these two African spurred tortoises. And then we have these boars as well. And look at them. They're pretty. Oh, they're so pretty. I didn't even realize, especially this little one right here. Is this the little one? Yeah, look at it. It's so tiny in comparison to the other one, too. Well, this guy, what is his genetic? 42%? Yours is 8, and yours is 83. But you're smaller than the male because he's a male. It's really cool. I actually thoroughly enjoyed building for these guys. I really did. It was quite a fun little experience. And then for these guys, did I... Yes, I want mechanics here every 3 months. I want that to be a strict thing because it matters, okay? And I was thinking about maybe putting a way for guests to go inside with the pigs in here. But, I don't know if I can put my finger on it. Also, this little water tower is very cool. I don't know if I showed that yet. I think I did. But yeah, I think that is going to do it for today. If you guys did enjoy our very long episode of me just sitting here thinking, me sitting and thinking simulator, I guess is what we can call it. Please leave a like, leave a comment down below, you know, it means a lot when you guys do these things. Like, I thoroughly enjoy you guys, the love you give on the videos and all that, you know, you guys have been absolutely destroying the like button and all these great things. I'm super thankful for all of what you guys have been doing. It's just been an absolute pleasure to record these videos, and I'm really proud of how our growth is coming along. I just ask that you guys keep sharing these videos, keep trying to get a little bit of growth here and there, because the more growth we get, the further along we get, and the further along we get, the more content I'm going to be able to make for you guys. So yeah, if that didn't sound confusing at all. But yeah, please go ahead and let's try to get some people coming. We need to get more subscribers. I want to try to hit 1K by the end of the year this year. I think it's a very realistic goal. I think it's a very likely goal, and I know we can do it. So, if you guys are feeling up to the challenge, that would be great. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you all in the next video. Bye!